Let me share my screen. Hold on a minute. Okay. Oh, if you can see my screen, just say hi. Okay.
Hi.
Uh, I am Nwankwo Godson, a software quality assurance engineer here in Enyata. Uh, I start a short background, a short background of me. I studied animal science. I started here, and today, by the special grace of God, I'm a software quality assurance engineer. And this evening, we will be talking or will be discussing on the essential skills engineer, or you can say a software quality or a QA engineer. So this is there are okay. I will first of all ask us, what does a QA engineer do? Or let me say, who is a engineer? My team lead here in Enyata will always say, likened as a strong, uh, okay, your hands are up. Atunike. The or what codes that of the organization or decide on what and what that happens. So we have this ideology that a QA engineer does click this button, click this button, click this button. But far from that, there is a duties for a QA engineer than most of the skills in the tech space. How do I mean? A, a QA engineer has to understand the flow of the software that they are about to build, the design review, the implementation of it, everything step by step inside that he or she will be in charge of the step by step process of the development of that application. And and if everything about the application is working perfectly in order. Yeah. So uh, this uh, okay, this brings us to what makes a good quality assurance engineer. It, it, it is important for a good software quality assurance engineer to have a combination of the right experiences, or let's say the right skills, which I will separate into two, which I will say the hard skill and the soft skill. Uh, what do I mean by the hard skill? Okay, the hard skill is we are, I would say, are the skills you need to do your job and to do it well, such as the if you're into the if you're into the automation aspect of the QA engineer, which involves knowing the frameworks and the languages. If you're in the performance aspect of the QA engineer, being good at it. If you're a manual tester, a functional tester, or any of or any aspect of the QA in engineering that you're into, knowing the how to go about it. If you're let me use a practical understanding of the the automation aspect, uh, for you to be a good automation QA engineer is, you have to be conversant with some frameworks and know some languages and some tools, some frameworks. We talk about the robot framework, this Selenium and the rest of it. And when you talk about tools, we talk about the Catalan Studio, the the Postman you use for your API testing and all that. So that is when we are talking about the hard skills AQ in engineer, at least you have to have a good knowledge of how to make use of this tools so as to do your job well and, and perfectly. Uh, and I will say, okay, I will go further by explaining more on the things that are required or essential to look at for uh, in a QA engineer, and I, I I listed them into four, which involves maintaining of the bug database, understanding the system specifications, being familiar with tools for test management and bug tracking, and also understanding certain programming languages. I will just explain on understanding certain programming languages. Okay, as a good uh, QA engineer who let's say you're pitching your tent on in the aspect of the automation aspect of it, at least you have to have a good knowledge of the a good knowledge of JavaScript and Java also. It will help you in Selenium and Catalan studio, and if you want to dive into robot framework, you at least you have a good knowledge of Python to know how to use these frameworks in order. So when it comes to maintaining of the bug database, as a good QA engineer, one of your hard skills that you have to know as a QA engineer is maintaining the bug database, which involves knowing the state of the software development phase. If there is any into based on the tool that project or the organization is using, pet time and all that. So when you have to know it, as even if the bug is being fixed, you still have the database to go back and check, okay, is this as the engineer said that the bug has been fixed, is it really fixed and all that. So at least with that database, it will help you know what tools that have been fixed and the tools that has not been fixed also. So that we move forward to uh, being familiar with tools for text management and bug tracking. Okay, I will start by bug tracking. There are few tools that can be used for your bug tracking. We have the Trello, we have the ClickUp, we have the Jira, we have the Hacker.io. At least these are a few tools that you can use to track your bug in any software you're working on, and also being familiar with these tools. Also, it also help you to manage your test and all that. So, which brings us to the next aspect of the skills to look at in a QA engineer, and which is the soft skill. Our job well. It's what makes us to to collaborate with other people in the office or in our workspace, because no matter what you know as a QA engineer, when it comes to the hard skill, you need this soft skill to deliver in your job, and also to be efficient also. And I will characterize the soft skills into four, which involves the communication, the problem solving, empathy, listening, or attention to details. Yeah, so I will start from problem solving. I will say that problem solving skill is the bridge that links the hard skill and the soft skill together. So no matter what you know as a QA in any of the space tech you're into, you have to have this skill, which your ability to solve issues that arises. And as a good QA engineer, it is certain, is a norm every time a new issue will arise in any project you're on, and it's your responsibility to be smart and be efficient to approach it or to handle it. So, uh, i- i- in the picture or the diagram showing on his screen, it will run down. Okay, you define the problem. Okay, what is the issue with this application? When you define it, then you brainstorm. Okay, which solution can we apply? You may not necessarily do the brainstorming phase alone. This is a team in the software development life cycle, which involves the engineer, the product manager, the product owner, the designer, and QA also. So this team, when there's an issue, is the responsibility of the QA or the PO to call the stakeholders in the team, which the engineers, either the front end, the back end, or the mobile engineer, the PO, which is the product owner, the product manager, the designer, and all that. They are the stakeholders, which they come together to brainstorm on how to solve that particular issue, on how to tackle it. When they brainstorm, surely they will come up with some solutions, that some options on how to solve it. Then it now boils down for them to unanimously pick one of the solutions. Okay, we are going to go through this route to solve this issue. And when they agree on it, so it's not their responsibility, or let's say the responsibility of the QA to implement or to test this solution they have agreed to to try out. After the QA has implemented it and see how it went and all that, the, uh, there have to be a review also from the from the from the stakeholders. Okay, this is the outcome of the implementation we did and all that. So after they have reviewed the outcome or the result of it, the phase starts all over fresh. If there's other issues that they discovered and others, so they define it, they respond and others. So the circle keeps on going until uh, the software or the application is fit and good to be launched, and also for the user to have an amazing experience also. So as high as a QA engineer, one of the skills to look at for in a QA engineer is the the communication skill. Uh, him or she have to know how to communicate with other stakeholders in the team, regardless of anything. At least you have to escalate the issue, and also communication also brings about being emotionally intelligent, also knowing when to uh, talk to someone, the right tools to use the right visual expression or facial expression, to use the right body language and all that. All these, all these are part of the communication too. In the software development life cycle of any of any application at all. So you have to liaise or talk with engineers and every important stakeholder if there's any issue in the development of the application or any issue in anywhere. It is tendency or his responsibility to escalate it to the appropriate parties involved, and for it to be handled and resolved on time also. As a QA engineer, you have to be good in your communication skills, which involves your facial expression, your body language, the way being emotionally intelligent, your choice of words and all that, because it's very uh, efficient and important as a QA engineer. Also, a QA engineer, one of the important soft skills of a QA engineer is paying attention to details. Paying attention to details. A QA engineer has to and will always pay attention to details. A practical example is in the spelling of the word application. The developer might mistakenly impute a, a, a double L instead of I after the L. It's your responsibility as a QA engineer to pick that out, paying attention to the, the minute or the unforeseen things, that these things anyone can actually see. Is your duty as a QA engineer to pick that out, to see it and report it. My team lead will always say that there are bugs and there are irritating bugs. When assuming I want to spell, let me use application in a code and all that. The engineer has developed it, and I'm not the one to test it. And instead of the normal spelling of application, and I'm seeing a double L instead of LI, is an irritating bug actually. Yeah, you will some will say it's not a bug, it's not an issue. But anything that does not correlate with the design and what is expected to give the user a good user experience is termed or tagged to be a bug. So as a QA engineer, you have to pay attention to details, to full stop, to everything, to the semicolon and all that, to the alignment of the CSS when the engineers have have developed it, the placeholders, everything is your responsibility as a QA engineer to pay rapt attention to it. If you're hearing me and if you're getting what I'm saying, just send an emoji for me. Or yeah, that things, yeah. Victoria, Ayomide, Amos, Mini answer, MVP, yeah, okay, yeah, yeah. At least I is a I got to understand that we are actually following and we are listening. Thank you so much. Okay, aside paying attention to details, another skill that is expedient for a to look out for in a QA engineer is being empathy. A QA engineer have to have being empathetic, yeah, being empathy or having a sense of empathy among the team and among the stakeholders. How do I mean? I will use a practical example eh, for us to on, understand it. I make it as a responsibility and as a tool to that are on the same team or on the same project with me every day. I mean, every big hesed day. I may not necessarily do anything for them. I may not necessarily help them to write the code and all that. Although I can still write and all that, but asking them how they are, how is the work is going, if they have had anything and all that, it gives them a sense of responsibility. Look at, okay, you actually care in what they are doing and not just to hug the hugs for them and all that. You are you are actually intentional about them and all that. So I on my own I tend to okay ask them if you've had anything and all that. And most of the times if they have not, I go off my way to get food or snack for them at least to inspire them. Okay, my job is not only to find fault in what you have done or in your job, but I'm also here to make sure that you do it well and all and so on. So I I do that to give them a sense of responsibility and also you know at 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 times we as humans we go through a lot of things at times in our personal life, in our family and all that. So trying to bring it to work and all that and the pressure and all that at least instead of you trying to add more pressure to them and by hugging issues or trying to tell them this is not good and all that you you have to okay try to be empathetic with them, ask them how is work and all that. Even outside the workspace, I ask them, okay, how is it going? how is the work and all that. It helps to encourage them and motivate them, and also even if they are having an issue, you just ask them. Not necessarily if you can actually help, you ask them, okay, how can I help? Which way will I help to help the issue solve? Asking them these simple things give them that sense of, okay, responsibility, that you really care and all that. So as a QA engineer, you have to be empathetic. I mean, you have to be empathetic with your team, both the PM, the PO, the engineers, and the designers, because you are the gatekeeper. You you are in charge. Any application that you say that, okay, this application is fit for the users to make use of it, it is fit. And if you say it's not fit, it's not fit. So you are more like uh, a major stakeholder in any software or application that is being worked upon, or you've kind of test in. So with these few skills to look up for, which is majorly, which I categorized into two, which is the uh, hard skill and the soft skill. As a QA in engineer, because it will help you not just in doing your work, but in your relationship with people, in how you relate with people, even in the workspace and outside the workspace. So with this few things that I just said, it it will help you to know, yes, this person is a QA engineer, and to say this person is a good QA engineer. So I will say thank you for the time, for paying rapt attention, uh, for the time, and for listening, because the best gift to give to anyone or anything is your time, and I appreciate the time and all that. So without much ado, I would love to take our questions if there are any and all that. Thank you so much.
Okay. Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Uh, Yeah, cool. Cool. So thank you, Mr. Godson, for your presentation. It's quite insightful. I enjoyed it. So I have like a couple of questions here. So the thing is that I know that in software development, right, there's what they call unit testing. Yeah. And that is when
Yeah.
more of like you write a test before you code, test driven development, right? Now with a QA around now, is there a need for a software developer to actually create code, or all the testing is done by the QA so that then the developer has to focus on implementation and all, or the developer also have to like create test, then the QA will run their own test again. So that's what I'm trying to ask.
Okay. Uh, Thank you so much, Iron. Okay. Uh, Unit testing is majorly done by the developers instead that after they have uh, done their integration and all that, they have to know if what they have integrated, if what they have pushed and all that, if the code they have written is actually working, is actually doing what is expected. The process of them testing the phases of what they have the code they have written and all that is what is called a unit testing. So after that unit testing, then it can now be moved to the QA tool. Okay, to test it all over again to know if okay the engineer said he's done with his issue. Is he really done or he just did it and all that? So after the Q have ascertained that it is done, even if there's any issue, he pushes it back to the engineer or the developer. After the developer has fixed it and all that, he will still have to test if what he has fixed or if what she has fixed is actually working. So that is unit testing. So unit testing is done primarily by the engineers. I don't know if I've answered your question actually. I am there. Have I?
Yes, you've answered my question. Yes, you've answered. So you're telling me that the QA engineers now they just focus on end-to-end testing rather than unit testing, right?
We focus on end-to-end testing and regression testing. Yeah, end-to-end testing.
Oh, so thank you very much. Questions answered.
All right, sir. I appreciate you. They, okay, they are different. Yes, they are. They are so different. Although we can collaborate together to actualize a goal and of any application that we are working on. What the engineer does is to write code to make sure that what the designer has designed is being replicated exactly. The flows, the the functionalities and all that is being replicated. That's what they do, which is the engineers or the developers. While the responsibility of the QA is to find if there's any issue, which entails in some cases if you're doing automation, you have to go back to the code which the engineer has rewritten to see okay where the issue is from and all that. So they are they are two apart different. They are so different. Yeah. I don't know if I answered your question. Genius. Atunike? Okay.
Yeah. Sorry if I'm disturbing. So I just remember one thing that sorry, please, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh yeah, okay, cool. So I just remember something that Godson spoke about, right? He said that the QA, they are like major stakeholders in, like, when it comes to like decision making of pushing of code to production, right? So it got me thinking that, okay, what if, like, let us say, what if there's a bug that that went through production, and like it became live, because I know there's no software that is like perfect, right? So what if a bug entered production now? Who are we to blame? Are we to blame the QA for not testing properly, or the developers for creating a do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yes, I did. Okay.
Okay.
First of all, first of all, the blame will come to the QA. Didn't you see this? Okay, there's an issue that happened uh, sometime in one of the international payment gateway. My friend is actually in charge of. He's actually the QA. So that issue happened, and in less than 2 hours, they lost over 18 m. Less than 2 hours. Which, when that happened, the first person they asked is the QA. Didn't you see this issue? How come? Before they now remember, okay, is the engineers, or is the first person to reach out to is the QA. Then after when the if the bug has the QA, or they pushed the engineers pushed to production without alerting the QA, then they have to hold the engineers responsible. But before anything goes to production or the life environment, it has to pass through the QA. So every if you recall earlier when I started, I said the QA are the gatekeepers. They decide what comes in and what goes out. I don't know if I have answered you.
Yes, you answered the question properly. But thank you.
All right, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you too.
Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. I'm so sorry I came into the class late. My name is Ogechi. Though I didn't get the teaching, but from the questions, I've been able to learn some one or two things. So my own question is that, can there be like a summary of things that were said, like points that were mentioned before I joined? I'm so sorry.
Okay, I will just share the slide, the link of the slide on
Okay.
uh on the chat. Mhm.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
It's all right. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
No, 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 no. He's not.
Okay. Sorry, Mr. Godson. So I was intrigued. So I was like, the last one, yeah. Do you use like any plugin or extension to catch like bugs at all? Or is just more of having like keen eye of detail? Like the more you catch bugs, the more you know the bugs to expect.
Okay, if you're doing automation, you must have written your test script. Okay, this have to be done, this have to be done, this have to be done, this have to be done. When you run your automation tool, if it's not in line with the, the test script which you have designed for that automation tool, it will throw an error that is a bug. You will then have to manually go and check, okay, is this a bug and all that. And in most cases, it is. It's because I've gotten to understand. So, okay, I was reading up something in art of testing and all that in kind of the sites I do go to read up. They said for there to be a successful automation testing, manual testing is expedient. For there to be a successful automation testing, manually it's also expedient and it's also important. So when your test script, when the software you are testing, let's say you are testing it or in using automation, it doesn't align to the test script, it throws an error. And if you're to test WordPress, uh, let's say an extension or a plugin in the WordPress, you also need a test script for it and all that. So I don't know if I answered you and all that. So that's just it.
Makes sense. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. All right. Have a nice evening. Thank you, everyone.
Bye. Thank you, everyone.